Hello, Reformers, and welcome to a special feature of Stories, the Path of Destinies. Now, this actually looked like a really cool game to me, and I am so anxious to play it. Really, I have not played it. As you can see, I was leaving my first ever look for this video. So yes, we can't continue game, we can only new game it up, and of course, I see, that's the thing, I have no idea what this game is about, only that we can slash things with many swords as Reynardo the Fox. Oh yes, if I've already piqued your curiosity, then I have done my job, oh yes. Now if you're interested in this game, then pick it up in the description, and, well, there's a link there, so you can click on that and things. So, let us continue and create a new game.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. But then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him. The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." Oh, damn it. The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
And welcome to Stories. Yeah, exactly. Do you already notice why I really like this game? The art style is absolutely fantastic, the aesthetic just... I don't even know. I mean, it's just so vibrant, isn't it? I mean, look at that. It's just absolutely so vibrant. And we can slash with a sword. Yes. We can slash with a sword, and we don't have any other abilities right now because we haven't unlocked them, and we can't select any other swords either. But we're going to be chasing after the kid, and we're going to see where he's gone off to with the book.
The two Ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The Ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Oh yes, now this is heavily narrative driven, so obviously as you can already tell, the narrator is going to be around here for quite some time, of course. Let's try and get a really nice combo going. Oh, there we go. When an enemy is about to attack, press the X button, I suppose, to counter it. Now, you can play this with a mouse and keyboard, it is possible. I am just using a controller because, well, I'm playing it on a PC. This is also coming out for PlayStation 4, by the way, so if you have one of those, you can pick it up there. So, yes, I have that. There we go, so now we can just counter if we so desire. Ah, yes, there we go, there's the counter. Fantastic. Oh, yes, very nice, and we seem to do critical damage when they're on the floor. That's actually pretty nice to know. There we go, very nice. Oh yes, I like the combat system as well so far, very fluid. Takes a little bit of time to get used to, but I think it's pretty good.
Flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
I mean, just look at the world. Look at the grand world. It really reminds me, you know, it's kind of funny. It reminds me of Bastion, but it is not Bastion. It's a lot more aesthetically pleasing than Bastion, even though Bastion did have a really nice graphic style. I feel like this is a lot more vibrant and just colorful in general, but obviously it reminds me of that because it is seemingly similar in many ways. Well, okay, let's see here. We can hold enemies, maybe, to grab them? Oh, yes, and then we can actually throw them. Okay, well, this is going to be amusing. Oh, there we go. Well, goodbye. Oh, that's amusing. Goodbye. Oh, yes. Yeah, there we go. Grab him and throw him off the edge. Oh, yes.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
Exactly. Where were we going to get a hero sword? Well, I'm pretty sure... Oh, there's a workbench here, as well as a chest. I think we're going to open the chest.
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though.
And it just so happens we have a workshop.
Perfect.
Oh yes, here we go. Perfect. Isn't it? Okay, so let's go into our swords. And this is sword crafting. Oh yes, so this is the sword crafting menu. Here you can craft and upgrade powerful magical swords. Gather the required materials from the chests scattered throughout Boreas. The selected sword's current level and special power is over there to the right, and the selected sword's special power at the next level. And next level, at level 1, look badass, because of course we need to look badass while we're dispatching all manner of foes, mostly ravens. The resources need to upgrade the selected sword, and we already have all of them. Of course, we have all the ore that we require. You have enough resources, craft your first sword now.
A hero sword. QED.
Oh yeah, there we go. So now we need 30 ore to be able to upgrade to level 2, which will mean that we can allow healing. So that's pretty nice. There we go, thank you for that. Unfortunately, I don't have any other gems. But I do now have the hero sword.
Settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Reynardo's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
Ooh, we're getting a bit of backstory there as to why Reynardo is actually taking care of the kid.
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Cute, said Reynardo. Ah, ravens.
Ah, of course, of course. So we currently can't get over there, but we're going to need to see if we can... Oh, yes, of course. Now I am going to get hit many, many times because I am getting a little bit more used to the combat system, and now that they've introduced counters, the combat system is a lot faster.
Sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
He'd remember his old skills? Hopefully he will. Skills. Each time you gain a level, you also gain a skill point. Spend your skill points at the altars scattered throughout Boreas to gain new powerful abilities, or upgrade existing ones. Yes. Skill tiers. There are 4 tiers of skills. The more truths you discover, the more tiers you unlock. Here you can find the description of each skill and its unlock requirements as well. And you have a skill point to spend. Go and buy the hookshot skill. Oh yes, there we go. That is absolutely fantastic. Look at this. Look at all of the different categories. You can get health, extra speed, combat, time, combo, and dash. Now what is that? Defensive reflexes. Slow down time after a successful counter until your next action. That's pretty nice, I gotta say. I like that quite a bit. But for now, we're going to be getting hookshot.
It was starting to come back to him.
Posts can be hooked in order to cross gaps.
How to freeze time when attacking.
Ooh.
The more he fought, the more
Very
he would
nice.
probably remember.
Okay, let's do this. There we go. Oh yes, this is the only way to travel.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestrel run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eye-beam.
No! Can we... Oh no, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Okay, so apparently we have to avoid this. Otherwise we are going to get killed as well. Or can we kill it? Oh, we can slice it. Yes, we can slice it. Okay, so that's good at least. But the kid has taken damage. Maybe killed?
Was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Reynardo picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Ah, and there we go. And so begins the story of us smashing some crates open and getting some health back. Ah, yes, but also Reynardo's adventures potentially joining the rebellion. Well, we're going to obviously find that out at some point, but oh, it's actually really satisfying smashing these crates, I gotta say. Very, very satisfying indeed. But we have all the health we require.
What's the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Reynardo could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Reynardo yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base, and we'll spare your life!" it called. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time, unless Reynardo could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Reynardo had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lupino had sent Reynardo a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Reynardo could only rescue him. Reynardo dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lupino or the Sky Ripper?
And there we have it. So we have a choice to make, and I am actually unsure. What are we going to do? Are we going to build the Sky Ripper? Or are we going to go and see Lupino? You can't make new old friends. The rebellion was out of time and Reynardo needed a game changer. Even though Lupino wasn't what anyone would consider a game changer, he could come up with some harebrained schemes. Maybe rescuing him was worth it. Or we could go for the Sky Ripper, which was some amazing ancient weapon. Well, we're gonna go and see Lupino, I think.
Ah, Lupino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lupino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lupino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens?
We do not know, but one thing I do know is that I will be ending this off here, and we may return to stories in the future, who knows. Let me know if you enjoyed this, but for now, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.